John, tell me your situation.
Oh, but at the moment, I'm actually homeless. I'm living on the streets. I'm struggling for food and stuff. I just need the money. I ended up this way. It's hard out my job, and basically I'm struggling to find accommodation. I'm cold and hungry and need £1,000.
There you go, Tony. Cold and hungry. Now, it is cold at the moment. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't fancy being on the streets of Dublin at this moment in time. It's bloody freezing.
Come on, Tony. Have a heart. Have a heart, Tony.
I have a heart.
Look out the window today. It's raining, man. I'll tell you, it's not easy today.
Oh, no, it's not.
When you're spending that £1,000, I'll tell you, well, if you do manage to, think of me. It's cold and hungry. Hand it over.
Still not going to budge.
No heart, Tone. No heart.
I've got a heart, yeah. Listen, if you were in my situation, I don't think it'd be different.
Here's the thing, John. There's an expression that people throw out all the time. You hear it all the time, that charity begins at home. And that's basically what Tony is going by. Charity begins at home. He wants to bring his missus away for a nice weekend. Does she deserve a weekend away, Tony?
Oh, she does. She does. She works hard herself.
You should hand it over.
I should hand it over? No.
Yeah.
I'm not going to budge. You can call me heartless all you like. I'm sorry for your situation, mate,
your nickname's Frosty. Frosty, stone cold, son, stone cold.
Well, I'm ringing up not to beg him or not to try and change his mind. He says that he doesn't need the €1,000 and that he's not budging. There's charities out there that are really, really struggling, and I want to see that. Can he give it to the Laura Lynn Children's Hospice? My daughter passed away there 18 weeks ago. And it's a magical place that's not government funded. It's the only children's hospice in Ireland. It's the only hospice that children can go to pass away.
I am where to work, yeah, I am.
And he says that he will spend this €1,000 on treating his wife to a little holiday and buying his kids clothes. I've lost my child. I can't buy her clothes. And if I had €1,000, I'd be giving it to sick children. Their families are out in the Laura Lynn.
What difference, Amy, would €1,000 make to Laura Lynn? Some would argue not an awful lot.
What difference would €1,000 make?
Yes.
Well, it would make more difference to Laura Lynn than it would to Tony, Adrian, let's be honest.
Oh, it would make more difference to them, yeah?
€1,000 could supply home care to maybe 3 or 4 families. That's 3 or 4 days work for a nurse. It could provide a lot for children that are dying. And he wants to go out and spoil his children with a few clothes just after Christmas, when he's after buying his kids Christmas clothes and they're after getting tired.
Okay, Tony.
I'm sure he spoiled his wife over the Christmas. So
Tony, she's not looking for money for herself. She's asking you to give that €1,000 to the Laura Lynn Foundation.
That my little girl passed away in 18 weeks ago. This is hard for me to get
and
on.
I understand that, and I appreciate that, Amy.
Yes or no, Tony? Yes or no, Tony?
No.
Hi, Anne.
Hiya.
Hi, Anne.
Why do you need the €1,000 more than Tony does?
It's for my mother and father. I would love dearly to get them a downstairs toilet put in. My father is 80, my mother is 70. At the age they're at, they need it, and my heart goes out to them. It's so sad that they haven't got it downstairs. It's up the stairs, and I'd say within the next few years they will not make it up the stairs to use the bathroom.
Tony, to be honest with you, you do not have to apologise for keeping the money.
I'm not going to apologise for keeping the money.
A downstairs toilet for Anne's elderly parents. You're saying no.
I'm saying no.
Why?
Because I've won €1,000.
Tracy, tell me about your dog.
My dog is, I'm just coming from the vet now. My dog needs to be put down this afternoon. We went up yesterday. He'd been getting real fat and going toilet all over the kitchen. And he was going toilet when he was walking along. So we got him x-rayed there last week. And the vet says, we'll have the results, which was yesterday. And we brought him in again. And basically he's got a tumour in his stomach.
Oh, no.
And, no, it's all right, because if they take it out, it'll release it and it won't be pushing on his bits and pieces anymore, and he'll be grand. But in order to get that done, it's going to cost us €1,200.
Will his life be saved if this operation is done?
Oh yeah, the whole thing will be 1,200. So we can come up about 200, and that's still going to put us in pretty bad. But the rest of it, there's just no way. And even coming home last night and we didn't have him with us, the young fella is devastated.
I'm sorry, what age is your young fella?
He's 7.
And he will be distraught. He'll be crying tonight if that dog is put down.
Oh, no, he was roaring crying last night now, and we came in the door without him, and he wanted to know where he was, and was he dead, and were his man and dad going to die, and, you know, we were like, oh no, he's just not well, and they're looking after him, and he's going to get better. And we, you know, we probably shouldn't have, but like, you know, we're hoping that we can. Maybe the vets will wait and let us pay it in installments, but they say they can't either. Do you know, they're running the business. So
okay, so you've no pet insurance, which I'm sure you regret now at this stage.
Yeah, you always do, though, don't you?
But this dog needs this €1,200 operation. You don't have the money, and literally your dog is going to be put down today, put to sleep.
We're on the way down there. He says he'll do it after lunch. So he kind of says he can sit with him until he falls asleep, you know. And my husband doesn't even want to go down like on his own, you know. They're like kids, you know. You get so attached to them, and you don't want to do it. Like,
I mean, you sound like, if you don't mind me saying, Tracy, you sound like you're close to tears yourself.
Yeah, well, it's just like we were very upset last night coming in, and then just hearing, like, I mean, even all the stories, even listening to that woman, I don't know if it's because I'm just upset, but like even losing her baby, and you know, you kind of, everyone is worse off than you, but I suppose because it's actually happening today.
I don't like dogs.
What? It's not about a dog. It's about a family, and you're.
But it's about a dog, though.
Save somebody, do you know?
No, you're going to save a dog. Sorry, how old is the dog?
He's 9.
9. Well past his time, anyway. Dogs don't last that long anyway.
The point she's trying to make, Tony, is that this dog can be saved today.
Can be, but not going to be.
Tracy, we have to give it to him. This is a deal that we made, that we have offered Tony this money. And a lot of people are texting in saying, screw Tony, give the money to Tracy. We can't do that.
No, that was the deal. And I believe everybody has a breaking point. Tony, save the dog's life, yes or no?
No.
Well, you haven't seen this photograph on our Facebook page, Tony, of Rolo. He looks like a beautiful dog. He's everything to
He's just said no.
I say no.
Sorry, Tracy.
Okay, Adrian, thanks a million.
Earlier on today, we were reading in, was it the Star newspaper, the story of a homeless guy who's actually a regular caller on this show. He was photographed in one of the newspapers today. Bobby is homeless. How much money did they rob from you?
And they robbed exactly €398.
And that money was going to be used for what?
For a deposit on a place. I was offered a place if they can get a deposit. I was offered a place to pay the €500 and I'd be handed the keys.
So through the very tough chore of begging on the streets of Dublin, you'd managed to raise €398 so far, and it
took me from the 1st of November to raise
just to get that much.
Yeah.
And obviously €1,000 would be a deposit on the place and get you off the streets of Dublin.
€1,000, Adrian, would literally save my life.
Okay, put it to Tony. Tony, you've heard the story, another heartbreaking story. The €1,000.
And Tony, this story was in one of the newspapers. Which paper was it in? Was it Star? Yeah. It's in this morning's Star newspaper, Bobby. Or Tony, Bobby's story. €1,000 will put a roof over his head and literally save his life.
I'm sure it would. Still now.
€1,000. Well, you heard the €398 was robbed on him. That was money he was saving for his deposit. You can go and read the story for yourself. Are you saying no to that €1,000?
I'm saying no, yeah.
Sorry, Bobby.
Well, it's his own choice.
Tony, enjoy your €1,000, even though a lot of people think you won't, and you're quite happy to have your photograph taken with that cheque for €1,000.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We can do no more.
There you go. It's a social experiment I thought he would have cracked, but no, he's just got himself €1,000.